behind. And I'm hoping to have them settled right here on Inferno. Let's get into the game. It's Astralis starting on the T side and Big on the CT side. It looks like they're going to go pretty heavy towards middle. Tizian, he's got a flash set up. Is he going to throw it for anyone? No, right now, yeah, there's a little bit late. And they're not really peeking behind it. It looked like they had a setup where they wanted to run and sort of, you know, go for the big fights there. They just kind of didn't.
There's a big window here. This is Astralis. They show a lot in mid and second mid, and Magus this whole time has been sitting in banana waiting and watching, and there hasn't been any peek for info here. So it could be Big or just playing very passively, or, well, I mean, Astralis are just going to commit onto the B side now, and there's a window to hit it.
Yeah, and Tabson has a smoke, which I don't think Astralis is going to respect it. They're surely not going to be slowed down. Yeah, a little bit of a flash there, but I'm actually kind of excited that Tabson didn't throw that smoke, because I bet if he did, they would have gone anyway. So that would have just been a wasted smoke, and they would have come right through. So now at least they can try to use it for the afterplan. Oh, nade right on top of the device. I actually thought there were a few more people there that could have caught it, but still pretty good. Bomb goes down, and it's a 5-on-5 for the retake. I'm going to stand by it. I think Tabson made the right move. Now he can use that smoke and try and create like a little bit of space for them to get into the bomb side. Let's see if that's going to be successful or not. Bomb is already ticking away, and there's no kit in play in this round, so they have to go lightning fast to get in here, and they will. Keto, big kills coming through, and now they've got the space, but that smoke, is it going to help or not? They're up, they're just body bagging it, trying to get away. They're still defusing, a lot of time left, and they're not going to get it through. They needed that kit. It's going to be instead Dupree with an ace to shut it down, and he's just crying, laughing. Oh man, they stacked just a mountain of people on top to try and stop anyone from interrupting the defuse.
Dude, that was so sick. They run boosted Keto through that smoke as well.
That's a power play.
Like, that is so cool, because there's no flashes, so they're on the other side of that smoke, and I'm like, how are they going to get through this? And then, yeah, that's how you can do it. Just chuck a player through. He serves as the flash grenade distraction. He even gets a kill out of it.
I can't believe they just tried to instead of Kevlar, they just had human shields. That is really some medieval Counter-Strike we've got going on. Outrageous.
So sick. I mean, that is also what a fantastic pistol round from both teams. I mean, Big, they played the retake. That was their strategy. If Astralis go B, we'll retake his 5. We'll work together. And it's just the finest of margins. It doesn't go Big's way. Astralis get the first pistol round again, like they did on Vertigo. But I expect that we see a stronger Astralis with rifles on Inferno than we did on Vertigo.
Yeah, I think that's very likely. I guarantee you, though, many players in Tabson's position would have reflexively thrown the smoke and just not waited for it. Just said, oh, wait, I know they're coming. Which in later rounds makes sense. If you have an M4 on the other side, it's much better. Good little jump out there. They did buy quite a bit, actually everything they could in this round, and they're still going to get overrun. So that's a nice hit for Astralis. Good flashbangs to follow it up. It's all pretty standard, but it just worked really well.
Yep, Astralis really favor this smoke that blocks off library over here. Chuck that in from mid, set it up, and just isolate library arch. Very difficult.
I think that smoke from towards library there that you're talking about, and the one over at B towards CT spawn are like the 2 most common smokes on this map.
They are go-tos now. They are definitely go-tos, but they're still like it's really, when you start looking at how the nades develop, they're still styles. Like, certain teams really favor smoking mid, some teams don't. Like, there's still very much styles in how teams approach this. And, well, Astralis, especially on CT side, they have got it all figured out, it feels like, in the nade game right now. They're the ones who are making the meta.
Yeah, maybe have been for a while. One of the things that I enjoyed last time I was watching Big on Inferno was that they seem to have a decently good rhythm once they get into the rifles of sort of, if they get pushed back on banana, they tend to go take a look at top mid. If they get pushed back at top mid, they try and take a look at banana. They say that they don't really lose complete info all across the map, which is super common for CT Science on Inferno, and it's one of the things I really hate watching when top-level teams do. But last time I saw them play this, they did a pretty good job of that, and I think it's going to be crucial, because otherwise you'll lose track of Astralis, and they'll come in swinging towards some bomb side, and you won't be prepared for it. So I hope that we'll see something similar here. Tizian has a grenade in hand, but doesn't quite get the timing, so I don't know. It's still probably worth it. Go for the attempt.
Sure. Absolutely. Just get that damage in there. And if you're lucky, I mean, we've seen how lethal these guys can be with pistols, but this has prompted the rotation out from Big. Very quick to get Searson over here to bolster the defense on the A site. And this is still with Astralis not having committed. Dupree is chilling on Boiler. Zipnix is also checking it out, but There's the flash to top. And they both get spotted. So unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think it's worth trying, right? You got the P250. Very low chance that Big could do much of anything in this round. So, you know, gotta have some fun at the very least. Bouncing a little bit of a flash off the hay there. That's fun. But he goes down as the only person so far on Astralis, and they're playing it very slowly here. Astralis, I actually kind of like this because we've seen Astralis make a lot of mistakes so far in this group. So, you know, it might seem silly. 4 versus 2, they have all of the weapons, but oh no, no scope headshot on Dupree. But now they are feeling secure, and they're gonna get the bomb down.
Mm-hmm.
Keto could still do more damage, could still be really annoying, and all he has to lose is this deal, so I think that's probably going to be fine. And the real fun will begin in the upcoming 4th round, where, you know, Big are going to have the rifles to play with.
Big will have the rifles, and we see where Searson decides to set up with that AWP. If he decides to take some pot shots or not, that'll be the big play here. Keto, he's just hoping to get lucky, take a rifle off, and, well, that was the MAC-10, not the best. And both rifles will survive here for Astralis.
Okay, but I mean, yeah, taking some away, it's pretty good. It's, I think, pretty fair.
Okay, so Searson goes for the AWP. He could go for that peek in mid. We do tend to see that a lot right now on the ops and in CT side. Just take a pot shot challenge and show that you're brave. That's the main thing here. You need to make sure that Astralis don't feel too comfortable on the T side, like they can take it for granted and cut corners. Where it's like, you know, they're not peeking mid, so we will do X, right? You want to make sure that they don't get to do that for free. And so it's actually going to be Tijan with a little bit of a setup here in mid. Just taking a look. And Searson holding short with that AWP.
Yeah, he's creeping in on the other side. I mean, he's almost, you know, attempting it there. And they're also top banana. Tabson is going to be up there. So this is some good control. And Tizian, he falls back from middle, but he's still at the arch. Tabson's going to win the fight against the device that's all the way at the bottom of banana towards middle. That's a huge kill to start with. Really important for Big to get in on the game early on, because we all know what happens when you lose the funding on the CT side.
And that was just through the smoke. Just through the smoke spray, it looks like. And device was standing in the wrong place at the wrong time. Or the right place if you're Tabson. That was as good as it gets for Tabson, and in a key round here as well. But now this is really just Big playing super safe and backing off. They do not want to be giving any way back into this round for Astralis. Could see some action here between... No, not even on A. Thinking Xantares and Tijan could be thinking about it, but instead they're getting clever with the nades, but they're not going to be facing.
Yeah, they don't want to give anything away. Tabson, though, still at that arch looking towards top mid, and I just really like that. It might not seem like a lot, but I think it's super helpful. Because, I mean, yeah, that's maybe the one thing that Astralis could do is if they could shock them, you know, wrapping around into the A-bomb side or something like that. But, oh, now he's actually going into middle. This is super dangerous. He's going to get traded, and now they have to go 24 seconds. They're going to try and wrap with the bomb through CT spawn onto the B-bomb. No, they're bringing it back. Magus turning around with 18 seconds. They decide, you know what? Let's give up on that B idea and instead go to A. Tizian and Xantares are here. Oh, and they're going to catch him out in the open. Xantares, the only one defending. A smoke to block him off. He's going to spray, but only get the one. And now the bomb is being planted. They're going to have it in the last 2 seconds. Magus can glaive 2-on-2 versus Keto and Searson. And this is a crazy call out of Astralis. I can't believe they changed their minds. That could have easily got them blown up. Keto sneaking around quad, and Searson is here with the ult, but he's going to set it up. A bit of a flash for his teammate to try and help him out. Take some shots to distract. I mean, he's just trying to be as loud as he can. There's the second grenade. Keto turns his back, and glaive, even flash, will still get him. And Searson, he can't do it from here. He's even going to get taken down. What an absolute steal for Astralis.
That's unbelievable. And Zipnix, you can see the grin, cheeky little grin there on Zip. But this was like reminiscent of Astralis versus Nip on the first day of this tournament, where they kept waiting until the time was running out and trying to execute at the last second, and it was failing. It wasn't working out for them. It made it so much closer than it had to be. And again, here Astralis are. I mean, who is running that bomb from the middle of banana all the way to A with like 18 seconds left on the clock? You are not allowed to make a single mistake at that point.
But also, you have to think, I mean, as much as I was applauding Tabson for getting the info at Arch, going to middle to get the info, I mean, that opened up a lot, right? Even if it was traded, it was just a one kill. I mean, at least he got the kill, but that is so risky.
This is we'll have to keep an eye on this because I mean obviously Vertigo, that was a bit of a hit or miss, and that was Big's map pick. Clearly Big were prepared for it. Astralis though, they've got a lot more experience recently on Inferno, so we expect to see a bit of a tighter T side, right? A tighter offense.
Yeah.
We didn't quite see that against Nip, and that's where you started to get a little worried. But then they utterly crushed OG yesterday on this map. So Astralis, it's like you feast or famine. They're either doing fantastic or it's a real uphill struggle.
Well, Keto on the B-bomb side, that's been a real fun story as well. And we obviously, he hasn't had the rifles or the opportunity yet to do it, but he's getting at least a headshot there. It's fun seeing behind that new box getting just many multi-frags, which definitely was not fun for OG though. Tizian. Oh, he is maybe in trouble when that smoke fades. He's slowly walking in. They try to re-smoke it, and he actually could have had a double. That could have been really interesting. Searson, though, inside of the bomb side, he's got an HE. Is he going to find Dupree? Quite enough damage, I think, but the USP actually getting the kill. That's pretty impressive. Keto, it's tempting, isn't it, to try and go for the retake here. 1 versus 2, you could really be a hero.
Do it.
I mean, the percentage is definitely against him. 92-8, as you can tell there on the Skybox AI prediction, but
the AI is incomplete.
they don't know everything yet, do they? Keto, he is close. Without a kit, though, I think so much time has already passed. He's actually going to swing for it. I was going to say maybe just set up for the exit kills, you know, try and do damage. Yeah, he's going to get the call. I mean, yeah, fair. I admire it. I think it's cool that he wanted to do something. And Dupree wants to catch him, but I think he's going to be just a second late. So it's going to be 5-0 in favor of... Oh, wow. He almost got shot in the back then. I don't think Keto even knows how close he was. But yeah, Astralis, 5 rounds in a row here to start the map with.
Yeah, a different beast here on this T side. But that was, of course, the save round here from Big. So now we get to see Big in action again with the rifles. And curious to see if we get the same kind of setup here with Searson going short early with that AWP. Or do we get some action over towards Banana with that? Want to see more mobility out of that op. But now Device has got an op of his own, and this is where the game changes.
Yeah, you know, one of the cool things you could do now, they got a 3-man setup towards top from Banana, which has become really standard. Usually, yeah, one of them will fall back fairly quickly. I think Tizian is just there to throw, you know, like one of the early nades, and then they back off. That's a deep nade, and it does a lot of damage. So they got Searson over this side, up in the A apartments. But I gotta say, sometimes you could set up that AWP on Banana and actually have 4 people in A and just sort of leave it there. And again, Searson normally, you know, strong enough to take up that kind of role.
We've seen it. We've seen the op just take a pot shot off the top of Banana before as well and just back off immediately and then leave the 2 players behind. I mean, the op players tend to have a lot of mobility on Inferno. They get to kind of call the shots. But I like this from Astralis getting a bit more control here. They're now clearing out apartments, although Zantaris is still chilling. Ah, he's backed off. Okay.
Yeah, that hurts.
But now they've got mid, they've got apartments, they've pretty much set up towards top Banana. That's going to be the next step here, as Magus and Device work together in tandem.
Yeah, but look at how they're doing this. This is really cool. Yeah, so they're taking Banana, but they're also taking top mid. So now Big are kind of blind to what's happening across the map, and they're hearing this. That's a good peek and a great follow-up. Tizzy, and that was on point with the second kill. Instant headshot. So now the distraction and the potential sort of flank that could have come in from CT spawn, that's all wiped out. Now it's just sort of a 3-on-5 going to the B-bomb side, and it looks like Big have found a way to pick up a first round here. 20 seconds. I don't think there's not much Astralis could do, but they can still do the damage, and I think that's probably could be the highlight. It's not going to be, though. They get wiped out. No one dies on Big side. That feels good. Coming back into the map, and you get to save everything. You actually get to pick up 4 AKs. Wow.
Tizian, man, he had their number.
That was great.
That is just wiping out that entire flank. And at that point, nice flash setup from Keto as well. Taps in calming with his teammate there, working together right as he peeks, right as that flash goes off. It's
also, if Tizian just got traded there, it could have put pressure on the people in B to rotate, like one of them to rotate over.
Yeah.
So the fact that he just does that means they don't have to worry about it. Like, they can just stay put, and that's very helpful. Cool run boost into the middle. We don't get enough of those.
No, and we do get that peak finally, and that's the change up. But the Device does not have that AWP this time around. Will not be waiting, although Dupree Does he get that kill? No way. Searson's alive?
He's still alive, and he didn't even fire the gun. He's so patient. Oh, nice shot, but I'm actually kind of impressed that he didn't, if he pulled the trigger, I think he would have been dead immediately. Centaurus, only one defending. They're walking up behind him. He's got to win that fight against Sip, who did not have quite enough backup yet, but the flashbang will get the job done anyway. And now Tabson and Keto. I mean, there's another smoke to go up towards that library. They will never get through there. But they'll have to go the other way, basically. And I think as soon as it goes up, they realize, yeah, whatever. Back on out. 6-1. That's a nice hit for Astralis. Finding and actually punishing Big for being that aggressive in middle. That's a really good job.
Yeah, making that adaptation. Searson's going to be so frustrated, obviously, because the last round is when he was posted up in apartments. He could have got that punishment this time around, but
that's just how it works.
It's the way it goes sometimes. Zipnix. That was such a big save from Zip.
Yeah. It really was. Yeah, and he got the flash assist there as well to help out Dupree, so it all worked out at the end.
Well, loss bonus is still there, obviously, for Big Clan, so it's not the end of days here with these 2 rifles saved. They'll be able to actually get a pretty healthy buy going into the next one. They could get that op back for Searson. Tijan's certainly got the money to drop it for him. So there are options here for Big. And as far as the Astralis are concerned, no worries there on their side. They've got the money, they've got the goods. Now, who is actually... I think this has to be Big calling the tech timeout, right? Having a little bit of time here to discuss. And yeah, it is going to be Big calling it.
Gotta get Dude into the mix.
Yeah, the Dude. Now, who's got his rug? That's the real question here. Over on Astralis. Tapson obviously going to be... I do like that... you see this sometimes with teams where they keep talking, even though, like, when a timeout gets called, well, once upon a time, right, before the online era, yes. But, like, when a timeout was called, that's when the coach gets to talk. So you shut up and you listen to the coach. Here, I guess there's a little bit more room for communication, but still, team focused up, ready to go into this.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't always... I mean, obviously, you have the in-game leader and the coach probably going to be having some ideas, right? But it's pretty valuable, even if you're just a rifler on the team. If you have some sort of input, you have a good idea, gotta say it out. Say, I've noticed this is happening a lot. I think this is the problem. I don't think they're looking for this. Any little detail that you can pick up on like that, it's really important. 8th round here. That's another deep nade that works out pretty well for Big. A follow-up on Magus. They've actually been doing some pretty decent utility damage over here at Banana, which I guess is not super uncommon. Again, Big is a good team for it, but also Banana is a really confined space, so you know what you're walking into if you're leading the charge over on that side. Searson and Centaurus on the quad side. Tizian has made his way back. There's a very brief window of timing where that A defense was looking really questionable, but now it's back to something reasonable. The only weakness right now is if Astralis were to go for that explosive play out of apartments, but we can tell they're not. Device dies to Searson in middle. And you were asking about that, slightly aggressive warping down the middle, and they tried it once and it didn't work, and now they tried again and it does work. So that's actually incredible, especially given the time. 40 seconds to get that kill. That's really annoying. Glaive, he should have surely have been dead. It looked like Tabson had like a second, but Searson is back with more shots. Oh! And he takes down Magus as well. That was very crisp. He just won this round. Outright.
We need that kind of
can't do anything.
You need that. I mean, Searson had a very slow start to this series. We saw it on Vertigo. He wasn't up there, and he is one of the top performers in the tournament right now individually. But not so after Vertigo. He actually dropped off a cliff after Vertigo.
9 seconds. I mean, they can't get on the site, can they? Searson is there for the 4th kill, and Glaive does not want to get him that ace, so he's going to try and escape. Denying him the pleasure. That's annoying. But it will get Big that second round. That's a very smooth round out of Searson. You've got to appreciate that. Some of these shots, I mean, I think this one is... that feels good.
Well, Searson has now, he's shown himself so much, and I mean, if you check heat maps of Searson's play on Inferno, he spends a lot of time in mid. That's the majority of the time he spends right there in mid, either short side or arch side, a little bit more arch side. But he does go around to B every now and again, and this is where you can, now you've conditioned him. Perfect. You've conditioned him to expect you in mid, round after round. Now's the time you go B with the op, you catch him off guard, you get that kill, and you back out again. Searson's done it.
And as you pointed out, I mean, if Astralis have been checking the heat maps too, you know, they're gonna be expecting it even less, perhaps. So that is interesting. Nice early kill on device. Searson again in charge of getting those openings here. Now he's gonna be boosted up, and I don't think that made any noise, but it's still not risk-free, right? If Glaive swings and just takes down Tabson, it could... Oh, he's going to take down Searson instead. Oh, and a headshot! Tabson is gone. Glaive turning this round into a win, and Dupree just, I mean, nails into the coffin there.
What was that, Anders?
Just Glaive just deciding, you know what? I'm just going to win the round.
Seriously? Especially after how well that went at the beginning for Big and Searson?
I was... the point that I was making just as that was happening is I thought the risk was the opposite, right? Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, so, like, if you're out there with an AWP rifle setup, the risk is obviously the rifle gets instant headshot and the AWP misses the shot, because then it's a pretty easy double kill, but he went about it the other way, I guess.
Glaive just had to do it the hard way.
Yeah, why not?
Well, good on Glaive. He hasn't had exactly the strongest performance so far this tournament.
It'd be really interesting to see as well, because I don't know if it could be that, because I think Searson was boosted up and Tabson was already falling back. So if he's up there and he scopes, he probably can't see Glaive, and Glaive can hear it. So I wonder if we see the replay if that's something like that happened, because obviously that would be a bit of a giveaway. So he's there. Nope, he's playing anti-flash, I guess.
He's playing anti-flash, yeah. He is totally expecting a flash. He's totally expecting a flash in that second. Oh, and the AWP fell through the map.
That weirdly can happen.
Well, T-side Astralis is actually looking really dialed in on Inferno right now. They are...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, despite things going against them, their individual plays making it happen, and Glaive really managing to snatch it back. Now Device is posted up with that AWP, and this is some aggression from Big, pushing mid. Yeah. And Searson catching Dupree in second mid. This is big. Now Tijan, what can they do?
Well, Astralis, no. But I think the fact that Searson got that kill means it's hard for them to capitalize on. I mean, this mid push could be really dangerous. Tizian getting flashed all the way into the bottom of T-Ramp. And a little bit of a return, but it doesn't even matter. Searson is still on point. Magus is now in a 1 versus 4. And he's only going to get the 1 kill. So that's great. I actually feel like these days now when people try and do this aggression down middle, more often than not, it kind of backfires, because you just get trapped. Even if you get the early kill, you get stuck and you can't escape. But this was really well done.
They killed Dupree this time. So that guy who can swing and put the pressure on from second mid, Searson was ready for him, and he kills him. Instead of Dupree, if Dupree kills Searson there, Tijan is, or Tabson was it? One of the T's.
Yeah, Tijan, yeah.
Stuck in mid, dead, right?
Yep.
But that actually panned out perfectly, and HE bottom mid, not going to catch the damage. But here's the aggression coming in, all the way up charged towards Banana. This is a sick time to call it Astralis.
And they just overwhelm him. Tizian is still there. Does he want to go for it? He flashes himself in. Lines up a triple. That was beautiful. There would have been a lost round. If he just gets 2 and gets traded, the bomb is down instantly. Magus not even going to get the bomb plant. What a round out of Tizian. I feel like we've been criticizing him, and I think, you know, people have some questions about him, but this was a fantastic round. And not necessarily an easy call to make, because... I mean, that flash through the smoke, like, that's a common play. Sure, Astralis were thinking about it. It was so good, though. So good. Yeah, 7-4.
I really like that call out of Astralis as well. Every now and again, you need to throw that in to just accelerate, right? The same way that Searson's heading over to top Banana with that AWP. He doesn't want to be predictable with it. You're just trying to throw that round in there and trying to hope that it lines up to catch him off guard. Same way with that rush there of Banana. It's been so much slow play in Banana, you know, measured out, slow Banana control. That's when you throw the rush in. You try and catch him off guard. And, well, barring just a perfect spray, a triple spray from Tijan, that's a perfect round for Astralis. They win that, they take it, and done. So individual heroics. The round before that it was Glaive. This time it's Tijan, and now Big Clan have a real chance to establish some control in this first half.
Yeah, I'm really impressed. You know, again, it looked like they were going to get wiped out here, but they've reset the Danish economy.
Whoa.
Searson almost getting caught. That was dangerous. He's in position now, but he just jumped through middle.
That HE though, dude, and continues to dominate. He has still got 100% win rate on his opening duels. So Searson's not missing on Inferno. He is definitely coming to his own here.
100%. That's acceptable. That's really good. I don't know if you can go above 100. What if you shoot like 2 for 1? Does it count?
Does it count as like 150? Is that it?
Who knows?
Just getting in there.
But Searson is what a refreshing return here. He is 16-6, and that's in spite of the fact that Big spent the majority of this half so far losing. He's been playing really well.
Yeah, you got to give it to him. Once he got that op in his hands, it was just him running away with it. 13 op kills so far this half. He is just looking fantastic. And so this is the lifeline that Big have right now. If Searson is going to show up and start actually just dominating with that AWP.
What? They're putting 4 people in B right off the bat.
Yeehaw.
There's a lot of nades. I don't know if Astralis heard how many. If they did, anyone can do the math. And they're even at middle. This is really dangerous. Yeah, they're going to go pretty quickly, and you could tell Santaris almost caught rotating. He could have been dead. Tizian trying to go for a bit of a swing, but if he dies, that A-bomb site's going to fall right afterwards. Astrala think, oh, they're falling back, and Dupree goes down. It sears it again. Keto pushing down the bottom of Banana to get the early information. Astralis were about 2 seconds, I think less. I think they were about a second away from killing Santaris, and I think that is the end of the round. So that is it's such a thin margin. Now they try and force this B-bomb site, but Big have already rotated. Had Molotov not quite killing Keto, so he's got a chance. Oh, what? That's not even anywhere near him. How are the bullets just catching him? I want to see that on replay. Sip 1 versus 2, or 1-3 actually. He's going to get a kill there, and I don't know why they're fighting him right now. He has to get a bomb plant. Surely this is not a good idea. Searson will take him down, but I'm not sure about that. 1 versus 3 at the end. Yeah, Big will win the round anyway.
I mean, that's where you're just, I guess adrenaline is just pumping, right? And you're ready to get in there. Zantaris with 2 kills through the smoke like this. Look at this. Oh, get out of here.
That's wild. Good, I guess good spray. It worked.
Yeah.
Good recoil.
Good recoil, and Dupree is going to be kicking himself for giving Searson a chance to get a kill on him off of short like that. Could have been really, it looked really good, the discipline from Astralis there to just back off. You know, you missed your window to get Zantaris, back off, all back into mid, and then set up to take Banana, and Dupree definitely was not counting on dying there, obviously. I think he just got caught. Because I think the plan for Astralis was to back off as a unit. But now, man, this is setting Big up to take the lead in the half. What a fantastic turnaround here.
Wow. Yeah, I actually agree with what you're saying in terms of them falling back. I mean, from our point of view, it looked like maybe it would have still made sense to go for that A-bomb side, but they don't know what we know.
Sure.
So you know, from their point of view, I agree. They think, oh, you know, we didn't catch him, and we know Tizian was there. It's not worth it any longer. Like, it's too readable. But the fact that Keto had pushed down, I mean, this is a little bit much. Again, maybe a little bit too much fight. Doesn't matter. It's going to be 5 in a row here for Big. They catch fire and equalize to 7-7. What a comeback for Big. I'm really impressed. Obviously helps that Searson is 20-6.
Yeah.
What an absolute maniac.
This is just Searson. Dude, he's got 17 kills with the op. So basically he was nobody before he got the op. It's just he had nothing going for him. And then they gave him the scoped rifle, and he proceeded to just utterly destroy everything in front of him. That's sick. And now, well, Big, this is it, fired up, ready to go, and we have the nade game again.
4 people.
Yeah. Were they expecting a low buy from Astralis? I guess because they can rotate over here so quickly, unless Astralis recognize it and rush A immediately, they'll be able to get back in time.
Yeah, but I mean, I still think that almost wrecked them the last round. So I would say it's quite risky in my opinion.
Sure.
But yeah, if you hit 3 grenades on everyone, I mean, that's also beautiful. 15th round here, and Device, he is already a little bit low. Searson won't stop. Can't stop. Can't be stopped either. I think he's just won this half for Big. It's
he has.
Outrageous.
100%. If it's not for Searson, this is Astralis double digits T side, and we're skipping our way into nuke. Now Astralis actually have to deal with him at some point.
No, they have to go B and not deal with him. That is the plan. Just run over here. Glaive, he had a good entry earlier. They want to do it again. Keto was in the back, and we saw some magic for him earlier in the tournament. But now, he's going to get found by Glaive. Unfortunately, that did look like it could be really cool. And Big, it almost looked like they wanted to attack straight away. But yeah, now they're thinking about it. Boosting up. Great shot from Santaris. The spray continues. He nearly got that double. And finally, they bring down Searson. It only took almost the entire half to get that done. And now, Tizian. 20 seconds here, so they have to get a bomb plant. He can actually slow play this and just force them to come. Doesn't have to move around quite so much. Yeah, maybe check the back, but Magisk is the one that has to get out, and he's very low on health. 12 seconds. If he dies in that corner, it is an absolute disaster. Trying to get that bomb plant down inside of the smoke. Oh, can he get around the corner? He wins the round. Tizian escapes, just snipes him, executes him inside of the smoke, and it is an 8-7 finish at the end in favor of Big. What a fantastic, an absolute spectacular way to end the half. This is amazing. Look at this. Tizian, that's all he needed, that kill. Oh, wow. We're going to go to the second half after the break, and the fireworks will continue. Absolutely nothing is easy for Astralis right now. They lost the first map. They were well on their way to wiping out Inferno and just running away with the whole thing. But in the end, Big wins 6 rounds in a row to close it off, and they actually get the lead 8-7. So that's pretty impressive. They're not done yet. It's still going to be a hard game. But Astralis are not quite looking themselves, and Big are playing laser focused right now.
Okay, hold on, Anders. Well, already.
Oh, wow. They're going to be pushing down the middle. They get caught by Santaris. A quick double Sisson is in there as well. He's working on a personal best. Santaris will get a third one, so nothing going the way of Astralis. They thought that they were setting up a little bit of a surprise for Big in the middle, but it actually turned out that the tables had turned. And now Sip in a 1 versus 3. I don't know what he could do here. We know that, he could clutch a lot, but this is asking a lot, isn't it?
Mega. Unfortunately for him, just nobody really took much damage from those firefights. And so that HE, I mean, if it gives him a 1v2, maybe he goes for it. Now it's just going to be about backing off and saving the utility. And who can blame him?
Wow.
That was a power play from both teams, in fact. And what happens when you just run headlong into each other? Two main targets.
It's actually a really unusual... I don't think it's... Maybe it's something that Big planned and they've been watching demos. I don't know, but it's like the perfect outplay, because normally maybe you have like a couple of people that run that way and they could just have a normal fight, but the fact that so many people came around that corner, they weren't even looking.
I think this is Astralis, because Astralis ran the same pistol, right? So this is Astralis essentially saying, you guys are going to go up second mid, you're going to go up mid and second mid, you're going to come through apartments, you're going to come at us in mid, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to put a bunch of bodies there. It's just that Big hit all the shots and Astralis whiffed everything, right?
But they weren't even looking. That's like they would get... Like, the first couple of people died looking towards bottom of...
They're looking for a fight in mid.
Yeah.
That's the battle plan there for Astralis is a fight in mid, and it just doesn't pan out for him at all.
Now we've got 4 Mac 10s and an AK versus Deagle, Armor, CC, and that Mac 7 on Dupree. I can't help but enjoy that. Gotta have that Mac 7 every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Honda just revivified the belief in the Swag 7, right? Just get an ace, Dupree. You did it on the pistol in fine fashion. You can do it again. That would be very much like Vertigo, though, because Astralis lost the pistol and then won the follow-up. So, are we just going to see history repeat itself here?
That, I mean, in Astralis' minds, yeah, that's already what they're thinking about. It's looking very unlikely. Device and Dupree, I don't think they could even dream of holding onto this if Big show up right now. They will. They're wrapping around. There's no world in which they can make this happen. Dupree's going to get the 1 kill, but again, now they're just going to fan out across the bomb site. That's really well played from Big. Nice follow through. Absolutely no hesitation. And yeah. If they had all come around the corner quad there, yeah, the Max 7 could do some damage. But the fact that they were coming in and wrapping from library, there's nothing that they could do. So, well done. Big surviving the Mac 7 scare, and we'll get a 10th round on the board.
Well, Astralis holding on to the gear and the nades for the next round. So, speaking of gear, go get yours at the Blast shop. Real good stuff. And, well, really wondering right now what the answer is. I mean, I think we just need to we can't get too ahead of ourselves here for Astralis' sake. They just need to be patient and eat this next round of eco.
I'll tell you what, the talent prediction board is going to look it's going to be bloody. It's
going to be hysterical.
If Big get another 6 rounds.
We just need to watch Coach Lau. Well, they could get 6 rounds, Anders, but then that'll be after a 15-15 scenario, right?
Possibly, yeah.
But, the Lau, picking Nip, he is just going to be...
Yeah.
all out at that point. He's the only one who's still got a horse in the race.
He could still get that one right. Yeah, they are definitely right about that.
Utility damage through the roof for Big as well. Now, I mean, but now Astralis are going to be on the CT side, so they should have a little bit more of an edge when it comes to the utility game. Although they are, even on T side, usually very good.
Bomb is dropped further back here, and yeah, Big just testing the waters, trying to see what is available at top of Banana. They've forced them back. That's an unusual headshot.
This is the thing. Like now, I kind of just want to see what happens in the next round now when Searson gets an op, because that's the only thing that Big have had going for him is Searson with an AWP in the first half. So until that happens, I expect everybody else to be losing duels against Astralis.
It could be. Ooh, here's the Zeus. Santaris is walking right in front. Is he gonna step into it? Not quite. He's quick enough to take him down. And that means the danger is pretty much averted here. Magisk, that's actually pretty impressive. He's still fighting for it. He actually does so much damage to Santaris. If he could have landed one more shot there, it maybe would have worked out. They would have had the man advantage. And they're gonna stay fighting. What? Oh, wow. I'm gonna need to see that from Tabson's point of view. Sip and Glaive are left 2 versus 3. I think he just absolutely styled on him.
All the yums.
Said, who needs to boost over smoke when you can just do that?
Flying Mac 10, man, all day. Look at him. Oh, the bait. But this isn't. I don't know. Do you want to give a kill to a Mac 10? Give him that bonus 600. That's the point for these SMGs. And yep, Zipnik's gonna get a bonus $600 in his pocket going into this next buy round. Zipnik's is definitely not gonna shy away from that opportunity.
No, he's gonna be really excited. But not about the scoreline. 11-7 in favor of Big. They have the money, even if they lose a fair bit this round, but it was Mac 10s that they lost. Searson, this is... I can't believe he got that shot. That's really cool. Yeah, so Tabson here. Like, whatever, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Searson picking up the AWP, no surprise, right?
Device not picking up the AWP, though, going for an AUG instead. And actually, it's worth pointing out the Device right now is currently absent as far as his performance has been so far in this first half. 4 kills for Device. And, you know, he is Mr. Consistent for Astralis. Him and Dupree have actually topped out as far as the tournament are concerned in individual performance.
Ooh, lucky to be alive. Yeah, you're right. That is a little bit different. You could say, Samler, they've gone for an augmented defense. Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, seriously, missing his opportunity to pick up that first kill. Actually, does that besmirch his perfect record of opening duels? No, he didn't die, so it doesn't, but...
Yeah, it's all fine. I mean, that probably should have been a kill right there. 4-man setup at the A-bomb site. Sip's holding alone over at the B site. Okay.
What?
I don't know, just making a statement. Ooh, there's the opening. Taking down Magisk. Really cool stuff. And, you're gonna get another one? It's not that far off. Shooting through the walls, and you can shoot through that wall. 49 seconds. And they have kept 3 people at the A-bomb site. Tizian is really selling it now. But over at B, it's Sip. And wait, are they gonna go back?
They're pulling in Astralis?
They're doubling back with the bomb on Tabson. This is, I mean, so far, Mister, they have time to go back another time to B if they really want to. Santaris is up there. Glaive is starting to run back, so now it kind of doesn't matter. Now A is actually going to be just fine, I think. Device and Dupree, the only thing that's worrying is the time that is left. But Device and Dupree don't really have any nades. Maybe an HE, but it shouldn't be enough to stop the entire team here. 12 seconds on the clock. They're making noise and running onto the site. Is the bomb going to get dropped? No, it's planted inside. Dupree, he can't stop it, so at least they get that done. And a headshot to boot from Tabson. That's really close. Way too close, in my opinion. But it works. Can't really complain, can I?
No, you can't. And, I mean, you can't really complain right now if you're big and you just continue to get this performance from Searson.
When Dupree stands up, if that... What a shot.
Gross.
When Dupree, if this is the bomb on Keto instead, and that's just kind of a random... That's a roll of the dice, right? If that's the bomb instead, I think this round is done for Big. They're going to be instantly wrecked.
For sure. They cut it down just like Astralis, except that for Astralis in the first half when they did that, wrapped all the way back around with 18 seconds, everything went right.
Yeah.
The same thing here, actually, for Big. Fair enough.
Yeah, but I mean, like, again, this was, I think, too much of a dice roll. All right, Glaive getting some extra money with the Mac 10 and a kill, but it's 7-12. Big are taking steps closer. They're 4 rounds away now from sending Astralis right out and right into the right into the showdown.
Well, listen, dude.
And that's a nightmare.
Searson, he's dominating in terms of opening kills with 8 kills right now, 0 deaths. But Dupree is dominating the chickens. He's got 4 chicken kills.
Yeah, you can't flip the chickens, though. They're not
probably can't flip the chickens, you're right. So he's in the lead as far as chicken kills on the map right now, and that's what really matters.
I'm sure he'll appreciate that. Maybe there could be a trophy. Could we make a chicken killing trophy for Blast? Could that be a thing for 2021? Let's keep counting. 20th round. And Sip over at B again alone. He's got a smoke and a Molotov, but it's very hard to keep everyone back here. He basically needs a kill and then to fall back and buy time. I doubt he could do a lot more than that. And Searson, could he get into the opening? Yep, again added. This is monstrous. It's not just the kills. It's the fact that they're just all openings, or many of them are. Deep nade there. Not going to do anything to Santaris. I don't know where that went, but apparently not in the right spot. And the bomb is going to be planted. Tizian is actually wrapping around through middle. Dupree, he must have heard him or seen him. Oh, there's like a little fight going on between Dupree and Tizian that is just confusing. And meanwhile, over at the B bomb side, those 3 people are going to have to retake on their own or give it up. And I think they've kind of already made their choice now. Dupree's saying, I can't even get there. I'm basically being just gate kept at the moment by Tizian. So, yeah, they have to back on out. Big are going to find a 13th round. So much confusion.
So much confusion. What a ridiculous round. And Device will get a parting kill on Zantaris. I mean, it's still just Dupree and Device trying to fight back. Dupree doing everything he can with 20 kills, but Device still down with 5 kills. That's compared to Searson right now. 25 kills for Searson. And you're right, in these last 2 rounds, it's been Searson to get the opening kill. It's been Searson to create the space for his team. And right now, it's just Searson. He's got Big on his back, and he's just carrying them to a 2-0 over Astralis right now.
Yeah, I feel like this is a nice recovery of his own sort of personal story, because I feel like we've been highlighting him on the desk and talking about him in the game, and that hasn't really happened. It's been sort of like well, maybe not quite what we were expecting.
He didn't show up against Nip yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way to cut it. Like, he didn't show up in this way against Nip. And now it's just this is him redeeming himself. It's that arc of redemption.
It sort of, it makes more sense now, what we've been saying, the last couple of days. You think, all right, yeah, now we get it. Now we could see what everyone is talking about. Really awesome. 13-7. It's a 6-round gap. And not that some of these rounds haven't been really close. Could have maybe been 1 or 2 for Astralis as well. But it's not materializing at the moment. Tizian, wow. Looked like maybe, I don't know, if he's up against the door on the other side there, you could definitely take some damage with the right wall bang. That's a pretty deep nade. Searson, does it matter in terms of openings? Can he keep stacking those points up? Again, like, those opening kills are so valuable.
Yeah, I mean, with the off, right, you can have 1 point of health. If you're fast, you're going to get those shots, you're going to get those kills. And, I mean, this is still Astralis CT side Inferno. They can absolutely make this happen.
Yeah, they can. Sip, I think he's going to flash Glavin in about a second. Yeah, there's the flashbang. Oh, but Searson is there for the retreat. Or the refrag. That's really important. That was a nice setup, though. Really good stuff. Now, they should know this is A, because there's not a lot of time, and they don't have banana control. Magus goes down. Dupree inside of the bomb site. He's got Device over an arch, and he will clean up that kill with the bomb dropping on the ground. So, Astralis, they make that work. And again, well, maybe too much fighting. I don't know why they're doing this, though. Tizian is still going to get shut down, but yeah, I think Astralis they're definitely pressured, right? There are some things that you wouldn't normally see. But that was a round where Astralis, they take that in for a top banana, right? It's not just getting the kill, it's getting the kill and seeing Searson at the bottom, even if he got the refrag, which is really cool. But it tells the people on A a lot about what's coming.
I am so interested in... I would have 100% said it was Astralis calling the timeout right now. But Big going for the timeout. 3 out of 4 of them used. Dude maybe wanting to get a little observation in here.
Yeah, I mean...
Guys, drop an op for Searson. Just trust me. Drop an op for Searson. Tab's just like, yeah, dude, okay, thanks. You called the timeout for that? That's
the plan. That's always the plan right now. But I think, I mean, yeah, they've just won 5 rounds in a row, so I don't think Big are confused about what is working and what isn't working. I think they probably don't want to give Astralis any momentum either, right? Like Astralis finally went around, and now they have to take a break and cool it down a little bit. So it could be something like that. Is there another timeout?
I think so. I think we're probably changing it, right? But right now, I mean, it's a very weird sort of scenario happening over on Astralis as well, where Dupree and Glaive are just fragging out, but then Magus, Device, and Zipnix just haven't really been anywhere to be found. And so this is where, if any of those other players starts to wake up on Astralis' side, life is going to get real difficult real quick for Big Clan. But that needs to happen fast, because Searson is still, he's still way up here just getting these opening kills for his team. Even in that scenario where it went against him, he's still trading against Glaive and Banana. He's still, he's still putting the pressure on Searson. Yeah,
it's a really remarkable performance out of him. I appreciate that that Sid was drinking water with ice cubes out of like a cognac glass, or like
got rid of the orange juice from yesterday. Yeah, see that?
He's just doing it.
Dude,
some style.
Savors his O.
Here we go. 22nd round. Dupree and Magus alone over at the A bomb site. 3-man setup over at B, at least early in the round. And Dupree, if you go down, there's no round left. He's just sat here. They're right in front. Again, even with pistols, they could be absolutely screwed. Magus is going to get jumped on. He's gone. And Dupree, if they hear him and they turn around, they have to try and recover this. They're in a lot of trouble right now, Astralis. Dupree, he's trying to find the timing. There's taps him with the headshot. And finally, a kill comes back here in favor of Astralis. But this is all on Dupree. He's snuck in. They haven't seen him yet. He could get a kill, but again, he wants the double. He wants the really quick double, and he's lined him up for it. There's one. The spray continues. Dupree, he had that fully calculated, and it turns it back into a 2-on-2. Now, Searson is also flanking and about to take down Device. Sip coming in from the other side. I can't believe that Big have found themselves in a potentially winnable scenario here. Searson, maybe messing that up a bit, but Sip is low on health. He's one bullet away. He's going to go straight for the defuse. 2 seconds left. Searson! And he gets it. 14 rounds on Big, and it had to be Searson to take it away at the end. What a ridiculous game this is.
What a round from Dupree. This is agony that they don't win it. After that, after everything lining it up and he plays it perfectly, we still do not get the clutch. 0.2 seconds, I think, left on the clock there for the defuse.
Yeah.
Doesn't get any closer. What's so frustrating?
I mean, oh man, excitement, justifiably so. The kind of that kind of an explosion on maps, that's a killer move for the setup that Astralis had. It was the worst possible thing that could have happened to them, and Dupree played that. I mean,
you can't play it any better than Dupree played it.
That was incredible, but
and the stars align for him to maximize it as well. You would think that he's just going to get spotted and maybe get a 1-for-1 and then it stabilizes, but the fact that he gets 2 and sets it up, but then Searson, that flank from Searson, Device had no idea. He was just getting shot in the back. He had no idea. Wow. So brutal. And wow, I mean, look at this. Device is going for an auto shotgun, dude.
Yeah, I mean, now just everything's being thrown against the wall here. 2 and B, 3 and A, pretty standard stuff here. They have some grenades, but not that many either. And Big 2 rounds away from taking down Astralis on 2 maps. And again, sending them into the showdown, which that is such a nightmare. Even for Astralis, even for the best team in the world, playing those best of ones, I mean, you've got everything stacked against you.
Oh, it's brutal. Absolutely brutal. And it's so I mean, it's the year repeating itself.
Yeah, and also, I mean, maybe especially for this version of Astralis that's looking a bit shaky, do they want to go? It looks like they actually want to go really quick. They don't have anyone else on the rest of the map here, so yeah, clock is running against them. Glaive is right in front of the smoke, but he's going to turn back just in time, and a little bit of spray coming out. Can he get the headshot? No! It's going to be Sip alone on the bomb site, and they know where he is, and they're all going to be coming for him. All of the nades into that corner, and this might just be it. Device and Magus, I mean, they can try, but they don't have the tools to try and even get close. They only lose Santaris executing onto that bomb site. That's very, very rare. They wipe out Astralis 15-8. The Danes need 7 rounds in a row right now to get it into overtime. I mean, listen, one of the big stories that we were asking coming out of 2020, Astralis best team in the world, can they hold on to that into 2021? Now, we're just getting started, but so far, that graph's trending in the wrong direction.
The answer is yes. When they could stop mucking around with this sixth-man roster sort of situation and just get back to business, we were going to get Nuke on this third map, and I'm actually really frustrated that we're not going to see Nuke, and we're not going to see what Astralis had in store for us for that third map, because they've probably been working it.
Nearly as frustrated as Bubsky is.
We weren't going to see Bubsky, Anders. That's the thing. We weren't going to see Bubsky. It was going to be 5.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's hard to know what is at work right now, but it's pretty evident that we're not seeing the Astralis from not that long.
I think they need to commit. That's the thing. Enough messing around here. They need to commit to a roster, and they need to play it out from there.
I mean, they pretty much are playing the roster all along, aren't they? Like, it's... I don't know. It'll be interesting. It's an evolving story. Nice shot out of the pre. Just in the right time. Bit of an off angle to take down Centeris.
Just what an Omega Brain play from Big, though. You know, getting Vertigo in there, and you thought that was going to be Nuke. You thought that was going to be the first pick. No, they go for this play on Vertigo. We don't even make it to Nuke. Astralis don't even get the chance to spring the trap. Well, you know that Astralis were hoping that Big would pick Nuke.
You just cursed Big. Listen.
Hey, Searson's still alive, dude. Let's be straight here.
Yeah. And again, he's selling it, and it's keeping 3 people here.
To be fair, there is no accounting like this insane performance from Searson. 28 kills.
No, it's definitely really impressive. Sip and Glaive over at the B bomb site, and again, Tizian the fact that he's still here and making noise and being annoying and getting kills apparently. He's really selling it. Over at B, Glaive could theoretically stop the bomb, but it seems unlikely. Deep nade on top of Searson, but he will stay alive for the bomb plant. So now it's a 2-on-2, and I don't know. Maybe a chance here, but it is real low at the moment. Glaive sneaking through with the UMP. He's going to get caught out in the open, and Tabson will take him down. And I don't think there's much left here. Magisk in a 1 versus 2. And here's a flashbang, and that is all that he has. No kits or anything else, so this is going to be a rough crossfire to try and break. He runs right onto the site, gets 1, turns, and taps him with a headshot. And it is Big 16-8 as they drop Astralis down into the showdown and knocked them out of the group here. What an amazing performance here from the 4th best team in the world, taking out number 1.
Yeah, 4th best, and you're absolutely right to bring that up, Anders. It is easy to get away from it, but I mean, Big, both of these teams lost to NIP yesterday. Probably biggest upset so far of the year.
For sure.
Easy to say. But this, 4th team taking out the 1st team,